Good afternoon. Hello, welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS. This show is a dive into the weird, obscure, bizarre, and other words for strange world of notable events, weather, and sports, aka news. Covering topics seldomly, if ever, seen from most news sources these days. Join us. During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss for the most part. And pardon me, it is hot as hell. You can see 95 degrees and sunny, and I have, a notification there. So it is very hot. So pardon me for wiping the sweat off of my face, but we don't run the AC because the ducts are pinched and it's very expensive in Southern California. Anyway, for links to the articles that we are about to cover here and anything else potentially interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition, please check the underbar of the description below. As I said, all these articles we're about to cover, all the links are already there. So anyway, I am Xander. You, of course, are you. Today is Freya's Day, aka Friday, October 6, 2023. Let's jump into the news today, shall we? Let's taskbar that. From Oddity Central, world's fastest non-motorized sport lets you reach speeds of over 310 miles per hour. I never thought about skydiving like this. This is weird. Speed skydiving is an extreme sport that requires practitioners to jump out of an airplane and try to reach and maintain the highest possible terminal velocity. Invented in the late 1990s, speed skydiving is recognized as the fastest non-motorized sport on Earth. Competitions began when skydivers jumping out of an airplane between 13,000 and 14,000 feet, or 3,962 meters to 4,267 meters, then turning 90 degrees from the direction in which the aircraft is traveling, alternatively left and right. Next, competitors go into a free fall headfirst down towards the earth while trying to be as aerodynamic as possible. It is within this stage that they reach the highest speeds. Depending on a variety of factors, including body mass, orientation, and weather conditions, competitors can reach speeds of over 500 kilometers per hour or 310 miles per hour. That is crazy. But yeah, that's, even normal, skydiving probably is faster than, cycling and, sprinting and stuff like that. I never thought about it as being a non-motorized sport, but it is, outside of the aircraft, that you need to get up there to begin with. But yeah, pretty cool. Let's move on up here. The moneyless man has been living money-free for over 15 years. Okay? Bartering system, maybe? Mark Boyle, a.k.a. the moneyless man, gave up on using money in 2008 and has been living a money-free lifestyle ever since. Along the way, he has also shunned technology and adopted a more natural life. Okay, so he's just going, what's the word? Not rabid, not viral, not vicious. Feral. He's going feral. Having graduated college with a degree in business and economics, Mark Boyle quickly found a good-paying job at an organic food company in Bristol, United Kingdom. That had been his plan for years: get a good job and buy all the material things that society, himself included, associated with success. But everything changed one night in 2007 during a friendly philosophizing session with a friend over a glass of Merlot on his houseboat. They were discussing world problems and how best to tackle them to actually make a difference. That's when he realized that money was at the root of most problems. Yeah, money is the root of all evil. That saying exists for a reason. And remember Gandhi's famous quote, "Be the change you want to see in the world." Yeah, that's what I say all the time. If not me, who will do what I do? So, quote, "I was sitting around with a friend one night in 2007 discussing the world problems, yada, yada, yada. It hit me. All the root of it was all money, which creates the kind of disconnection between us and our actions, whether that's through sweatshops, industrial agriculture, or war. And so I decided to see if it was possible to do without," end quote. And that is 100% true. People's livelihoods and jobs are often used as bargaining chips to get them to do things they otherwise would not do. Employers dangle people's jobs like that all the time. It is absolutely atrocious and inhumane. Anyway, soon after that, Mark sold his expensive houseboat, moved into an old caravan that someone donated to him because they just wanted to get rid of it, and began his money-free existence. The first few months were tough because he needed to replace the comforts that he had been accustomed to, like the morning cup of coffee, with things he could source for free from nature. So, His money-free lifestyle became a viral news topic when he launched his book, The Moneyless Man, in which he goes into detail about the challenges he faced when making the transition and the practical solutions he came up with, as well as about the philosophy that pushed him to make such a drastic change in his life. This is really interesting. I highly suggest anyone watching this, like, go check this out after the show. Of course, it's I believe like the second story. Just look for this link, Audio Central, Moneyless Man, and like middle click it with your scroll wheel, a little bit up in a new tab. But yeah, let's move on up here. Woman died after eating chocolate from fortune teller who predicted her imminent demise. This is wild. A 27-year-old Brazilian woman tragically lost her life after experiencing poisoning symptoms, I think, associated with a chocolate candy allegedly received from a gypsy woman who had allegedly predicted her early death. It sounds like a murder to me. Fernanda Silva Veloz da Cruz Pinto fell ill on August 3rd, experiencing severe stomach pains, vomiting, nosebleeds, and excessive salivation. She was rushed to Santa Casa de Misericordia Hospital, but there was nothing the doctors could do, and she died in the early hours of the following day. According to initial information provided by her family, Fernanda had told them that she had received a chocolate candy from a supposed gypsy fortune teller in the center of Macau City, who had also predicted that she would die very soon. She ate the candy that very same day, then fell ill and started experiencing poisoning symptoms. Yeah, this sounds like this gypsy was just killing people here. Because Fernanda's family had told the doctors that she also suffered from stomach ulcers and gastritis, the symptoms of which can be similar to those of food poisoning, her death was listed as yet to be clarified. However, after the autopsy results showed that the 27-year-old woman had died as a result of poisoning with toxic substances, the family's story about the fortune teller's candy didn't seem that implausible anymore. Soon after the toxicology report came out last week, the Homicide and Personal Protection Police Station, DHPP, began an investigation into this bizarre case, but the chances of actually finding any new clues are very slim due to the long time gap between Fernanda Silva Veloz da Cruz Pinto's death and this investigation. I'm just reading ahead. This is the second bizarre poisoning case to rock Brazil this year. A few months back, we featured the case of a woman who died after eating poisoned chocolate candy sent by her ex-lover's jealous. I remember covering that article too. Let's see here. It's not saying that they found anything, so keep an eye out. Hopefully, we can follow up on this. That would be really nice if they can find the murder. This obviously is just some random lady out there and like, oh, you will die soon. Eat this chocolate. Don't eat the chocolate. Of course, don't eat the chocolate. Duh. Yeah. Anyway, I hear someone's phone ringing. No, I don't. Audio Central, mysterious disease allegedly left nearly 100 high school girls with paralyzed limbs. This is awful. Officials in Kenya's Kakamega County are struggling to find the cause of a mysterious illness that has reportedly left 95 girls at a girls' high school barely able to walk. Over the past couple of weeks, 95 students from St. Theresa's Ergri Girls' High School in Kakamega, a city located 374 kilometers northwest of Nairobi, has been hospitalized due to paralysis of the lower limbs, sparking concerns about a mysterious illness. This epidemic sparked a panic and anxiety among parents who demanded answers and protection for their daughters. Local media outlets reported that the girls are experiencing a condition that renders their legs numb and immobile, and clips that are doing the rounds on Kenyan social media show the girls struggling to walk properly. This guy, Bernard Wasonga, Kakamega County CEC for Health, told journalists that blood, urine, and stool samples have been collected and sent for extensive testing to determine the cause of the unknown illness. But so far, the exact cause of the girl's paralysis has not been established. Meanwhile, the school has reportedly been closed indefinitely. Yeah, like that is, that's weird. Check out what's in the water. So, let's see here. Yeah, the mysterious condition established measures of containment. Alright, well, yeah, once again, please click the link in the inner bar of the description for further reading on this. This is interesting, and I hope that we get a follow-through. I hope they get okay. This is really awful. What else do we got here? Spanish town experiences Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds in real life. That's frightening. For the past 5 months, the people of Pravia, a town in Spain's Asturias region, have been under constant siege from flocks of crows who mindlessly attack their homes and vehicles. What? The town of Pravia has no less than 6 crows proudly displayed on its historic coat of arms, so it's safe to say that the people here have been living in harmony with the birds for centuries. That's not the case anymore, however, as large flocks of blackbirds now attack the homes and vehicles of human residents for some unknown reason. The people of Pravia started reporting groups of birds mindlessly flying into their windows repeatedly until the impact caused them to bleed in May of this year. And things have been getting worse ever since. No one knows exactly why the crows are targeting people's homes and vehicles, but they are relentless in their attacks, pecking at and flying into windows until they start to bleed. Wow, that is terrifying. A neighbor had to paint his car completely because of the amount of scratches he had and the amount of pieces of paint that were missing. That was a quote from a random guy. But wow. When the attacks first began to occur around Pravia, many local people believed it had something to do with the crows being very protective of their young and keeping humans away through their behavior. But that period has long passed, but the birds remain just as aggressive, if not more so. Now, some are saying that the lack of food and the constant destruction of the crow's natural habitat have pushed the birds to this extreme behavior. Well, that would do it. But wow, that's crazy. But blackbirds and crows, like, they have no natural predators, and they're just nasty. So we got to figure out a way to just, you know, like, they have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they have. You know what? Let me look it up right now. Do blackbirds and crows have any reason to exist? Why are crows important to the environment? Help control pests, insects, and clean up dead animals and garbage. Okay, well, carrion birds there's a lot of other species, so Earth can do without crows and blackbirds. Like, we can get rid of them. We got to get rid of them. Like, they're annoying and they hold a grudge and they're mean. More from Audio Central. Museum employee swaps paintings with fakes and sells original at auction. Oh boy. A German museum employee was recently arrested for reportedly swapping several paintings with fake copies and selling the originals to fund a lavish lifestyle. Due to Germany's strict privacy laws, the identity of the 30-year-old former employee of the Deutsches Museum in Munich has not been disclosed to the public, but it has been reported that he admitted to replacing at least 4 paintings with copies in the period that he worked there between 2016 and 18. He allegedly sold the works of art at several auctions using the money to pay off debts and then buy luxury goods, including a Rolls Royce and expensive wristwatches. The auction house involved in the sale of 3 of the stolen paintings said that it wasn't possible to identify them as stolen property, adding that it collaborated with authorities during the investigation. Alright, so the unnamed museum employee stole this. Das Märchen vom Frogschigong, The Tale of the Frog Prince, by Franz von Struck, replaced it with a fake and put the original up for auction. He told the auction house that the artwork had belonged to his grandparents or great-grandparents, and he managed to earn about 50,000 euros or $52,000 in cash after the auction fees were deducted. So yeah, so it goes on to the other art, you know, what he got from that. So, well, good, they caught this guy. Wow, like, I am surprised. Like, especially in today's world with the amount of surveillance video and all that stuff, how was he not caught? You know, 2016, you know, we had cameras back then. We've had cameras for a long time. So, what else do we got? This vanilla ice cream is made with recycled plastic, and it's probably safe to eat. I love how they put probably in there. So, but I would not. A UK designer claims to be the first ever to make ice cream with vanilla flavoring sourced from recycled plastic. While no one has yet tasted it, it is supposed to taste just like regular vanilla ice cream. As part of her final year project at Central St. Martin's Design School, Eleonora Ortolani set out to do something no one else had ever attempted before, at least to her knowledge: use a small amount of plastic to make ice cream flavoring. The project, titled Guilty Flavors, was inspired by the young designer's frustration with how plastic was generally being recycled, being made into products that couldn't be recycled any further because it had been mixed with resins or other materials, which she thought was only making the problem worse. Having recently heard about a species of worm that could digest plastic bags, she started wondering if there was any way humans could eat plastic, break it down, and eliminate it for good. No, we can't. We're not worms. You freaking idiot. What is with these idiots? Like, I'm not going to eat plastic ice cream. Are you out of your freaking mind? Like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to eat plastic. I avoid seafood because of the microplastics that can go through the brain barrier, blood-brain barrier. Like, no, enough. Like, stop. You know, you freaking 20-something-year-old, you think you're smart, but you're not. You know, like, this is ridiculous. Ay. Anyway, moving on up to UPI. Teenagers playing card structure breaks Guinness World Record. Alright, cool. That's, what does it say, 143,000 cards? A 15-year-old from India spent 41 days using playing cards to build replicas of 4 buildings from his home city of Kolkata, breaking a Guinness World Record in the process. Arnav Daga's finished project measures 40 feet long, 11 feet and 4 inches high, and 16 feet and 8 inches wide, breaking the world record for the largest playing card structure. But it said here multiple structures. So, like, how do you determine that? Oh no. I guess that was him destroying it at first. He was just building the foundations there. That is very impressive. Well, but yeah. Let's see here. It said use about 143,000 cards to build replicas of the Writers' Building, the Shahid Minar, Salt Lake Stadium, and St. Paul's Cathedral. Cool, man. What else do we got? Soggy chestnuts lead to controversy for World Conkers Championships. What did I just read? What? What the hell is a conker? Organizers of the upcoming World Conkers Championship in England have raised controversy with a rules change to overcome a difficult issue: squishy chestnuts. That just sounds wrong. Conkers is a traditional schoolyard game where each player drills a hole into a chestnut and strings it on a lace. The players then take turns hitting one another's chestnuts, also known as conkers, until one of them breaks. St. John Burkett, a member of the organizing committee and a spokesman for the competition, said the horse chestnuts traditionally used for the contest would be baked this year, a hardening process that is normally considered cheating in a game of conkers. So the decision to bake the chestnuts, which are provided by contest organizers, has proven controversial to some players, as well as organizers of other conkers contests who see hardening the chestnuts as heresy for the sport. Well, I mean, if it's too moist, it won't break. It'll just kind of mush. So, like, that's kind of unfair, too. Like, you gotta have some kind of regulation of, you know, frigidity. So, anyway, what else do we got here? Customs officials seized giraffe poop from traveler at Minnesota airport. Why are you smuggling giraffe feces? Why? Custom officials in Minnesota, of course Minnesota, seized a box of giraffe feces from a traveler who arrived from Kenya and said he planned to use the droppings to make a necklace. What the U.S. Customs and Border Protection said the Iowa resident was selected for inspection by agriculture specialists upon arriving in Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport from a trip to Kenya. Yeah, I know someone who's used that airport a couple of times. The CBP said any feces brought to the United States by an overseas traveler require a veterinary services permit. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to be adding that into the peanuts. Oh, perfect. It's Alice. Sent me something. Let me send her that right there, but I'm going to add that into the peanut. Oh god, there's an embed in there and just giraffe poop. Gross. Oh god. Alright, what else do we got here? Township trying to change street name after Harry Dick roadside thefts. Oh my god, what is wrong with people? An Ontario township is in the process of figuring out how to change the name of its most famous street due to the frequent thefts of signs bearing the name Harry Dick Road. Oh my god. John Henry Harry Dick was born on his rural property in the township of Bonacheri Valley in 1957, and his family has occupied the 3 homes of the approximately 1,600-foot road for 5 generations. The road ended up bearing the name Harry Dick Road in the late 1980s or early 90s when 911 emergency service was first added to the area. Township officials confirmed the sign bearing the name of the road is stolen about 4 times a year. Officials say they have tried to prevent the thefts by greasing the pole and adding concrete to its base, but the signs continue to disappear. The Dick family said they installed security camera to try to catch the thieves in the act, but it ended up being stolen alongside the sign. Oh, they can't win. A proposition to change the name of the road won support from Mayor Jennifer Murphy, but the Dick family said it would leave them with a new problem. Murphy acknowledged the difficulty the name change would cause the family and signaled the plans would be put on hold while officials attempt to find a solution. Harry Dick said his preferred solution would be for the thefts to simply stop. Well, that won't happen, bro. Like, you have a very unfortunate name, my friend. So, either deal with it, you know, and you're probably paying out of pocket because of all this, because of the connection for the stolen signs. So, anyway, what else do we got here? World's largest charcuterie board assembled in Florida. And I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think I know what it is. A Florida cheese delivery service broke a Guinness World Record by assembling a charcuterie board containing 769 pounds of qualifying ingredients. Broidery, a West Palm Beach delivery company, teamed up with Columbus Craft Meats to assemble a charcuterie board. Okay, already gourmet cheeses and cured meats at the Colony Hotel at Palm Beach. The previous world record holder contained 441 pounds of qualifying goods. Qualifying. Oh man, that looks delicious. Oh. What else do we got? More from UPI. Monkey on the loose in Indianapolis. See drinking beer. Uh-oh. So you got a monkey on the loose and is drunk. That's not good. A monkey named Momo. Oh God. Aang, come get your animal. Is loose in Indianapolis, and one neighbor reported seeing the simian sipping a beer. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department said Momo escaped his owner's home in the Iron Ridge Court area of the city east side on Wednesday and was subsequently spotted the Gate Drive neighborhood about a quarter-mile away. Spotted at, I believe, there. Police said that they were unable to confirm whether Momo has bitten anyone while on the loose. At least one neighbor reported to police that Momo was seen drinking a beer out of a garbage can. All right. So that's frightening. A drunk simian out there. Connecticut artist aims for world record with chalk drawing. All right, cool. A Connecticut woman created what she believes to be the largest chalk mural created by a single person on pavement area outside of her home. Pretty Gunda Power of South Windsor said it took her 3 days to create an image of the Northern Lights covering an area of 2,389.59 square feet. She is applying to leave her artwork to have her artwork recognized by Guinness World Records. The current record for the largest chalk street art by one artist stands at 2,152.78 square feet and was created by Giovanni Basile in 2021. Well, good luck. What else do we have here? Chinese jellyfish found in California reservoir. I mean, these invasive species of just, you know, the Chinese carp, like in the Mississippi and all that stuff. Like, if they get to the Great Lakes, then all hell is going to break loose. A visitor to the California reservoir took a closer look at what he thought was pollen floating in the water and discovered it was actually a school of jellyfish native to China. Well, it sounds like a Chinese nationalist is now poisoning our water supply. Cassie Neat captured video when he spotted the jellyfish in waters near the Stumpy Meadows Reservoir in Northern California's El Dorado National Forest. Experts identify the tiny creature as a peach blossom jellyfish, a species native to China's Yangtze River Valley. The jellyfish, which have the ability to reproduce asexually, have been spotted in other bodies of water around the world, but their impact on local ecosystems have not yet been determined. The penny-sized jellyfish do not pose a danger to humans, as they are too small to sting larger animals. It is not known yet how the jellyfish ended up in California. Well, obviously, by the CCP. This is nature warfare. You know, did you know that tumbleweeds are not native to the North Americas? That was actually brought over by Russia back in the 1800s to destroy the environment or something in the Western Plains or something. I don't know, but it's true. Using nature as a weapon. Look it up. More from UPI. Wallet containing $10,000 returned to owner after being lost at train station. All right. Let's see here. Railway officials said the passenger realized his wallet was missing after taking a train from Ben Gurion International Airport to Tel Aviv's Salvador Central Station. The passenger alerted the station's shift manager, Manny Natani, who contacted the airport's train station. Railway workers searched for the wallet, but it wasn't found until 12 hours later when it was spotted by a worker assisting a disabled passenger. The wallet, still full of US dollars and euros, was soon placed back in the hands of its owner. Lucky guy. You lucky gun. Like, oh man. Dude. Huh. And last but not least, what else do we got here? Father and son's 20 loop Hot Wheels track breaks world record. Ooh. Ew, it's TikTok. Well, let's take a look at this. Yeah. So 20 loops. Huh. Well, that looks simple enough to beat. Stop playing. Okay. An Oregon man and his 5-year-old son broke a world record by assembling a Hot Wheels toy car track with 20 loop-de-loops. Chase Lane and his son Gavin decided to take the record for most loop-de-loops in a Hot Wheels track supported after seeing a social media post about the previous record holders, Tim Trevitt and Mason Gonzalez, who built a track with 19 loop-de-loops. The father and son used cardboard and duct tape to support their track, which they set up on a set of outdoor stairs in Grass Pass. The duo celebrated after a Hot Wheels car successfully made the journey down the track, looping 20 times. Well, congratulations, but now, like, that is a very easy record to break, so now I wonder if that's going to cause a rush. Hey, Rush? David Rush? Hey, is he coming? Is he going to take this? Only time will tell. Dude, like, he would do that with his son, honestly, like, that record breaker guy. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but unlimited to all things Omni Coalition. Go check out our link tree. It has links to our various our video sharing and streaming sites, our social networks, our associates, or what's the word? Whatever. Anyway, people who are with us. Anyway, for your dose of different, odd, and unusual news, we stream every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Guaranteed on Friday. Very rarely on Tuesday, actually. Like, they don't have enough news for a full show. So this is actually a combination of what I found today and what I could have had on Tuesday. So, yeah. Anyway, 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is 4 p.m. Mountain, 5 Central, and 6 Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander, and you are you. Until you catch us next Tuesday or Friday, or if you're interested in some history, we do a history show every day from Friday to Tuesday at 11 in the morning Pacific Time, and we also have the Kick Peanut coming up Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. 11 and 3 just for thee. So, yeah, or all for thee or whatever. Anyway, until you see us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. And toodles, I'm going to go make a meatloaf sandwich.